Hi, my name is Ms. Muda. This class is Photography 1, the final assignment. I teach periods 2, 3, 5, and 6. I've been teaching for about 14 years in my second year at Joliet Central. The reason why I think everyone should take photography is because it's a creative break in your day. It allows you to think outside the box, and it combines pretty much every subject matter into one class, and you can really customize your classroom experience or learning experience through the things that interest you by incorporating a lot of that into class. The first project that I really enjoyed was this Photoshop collage. It allowed me to experiment with tools, combine photos in a brand new way, and it allowed me to think more in depth about some of the images that I love. It's not just taking pictures, but it's also kind of combining some of those images and kind of putting them together like a puzzle. The rules of composition that I see here are rule of thirds in the way that Buckley is off to the side. She's also larger than anything else in the picture. And the horizon is also kind of split into thirds. If you split the picture into thirds horizontally, the horizon line is kind of in that thirds section. I also can see contrast in the clouds and lighting, as well as the way that Buckley is lit from one side. She's got some really dramatic light and dark areas. I really like how this picture turned out, or how the whole collage turned out. I was able to use quotes or thoughts that I had about taking these pictures in my collage. And the main message is that learning is a lifestyle. While Photoshop can definitely be a beast, I do like the final product, and I think that no matter where you go, what you do have to let the things that lure you suddenly thrill you. That is one of the quotes from Andy Warhol, who is responsible for painting Campbell soup cans. And I think it's true. I've been working with Photoshop for a very long time, and I still find new things about it. And sometimes it can be boring and tedious, but it can also be quite thrilling. My second project is the Aperture Value mode on the camera, creating a wide opening or a small f-stop, which gives me a blurry background in my pictures. The rules of composition I used are simplicity, fill the frame, and movement. Pictures of Buckley just make me happy. I also like black and white, and how black and white images can pull out textures, and how you can see the fur going in many different directions, all along her neck and even her whiskers. The story behind this picture is that Buckley spends the entire day sleeping until I get home. And so this picture just makes me think she's waiting by the window, just kind of waiting for me to come home, and she sleeps pretty much until I get there. Project number 3 that I really enjoyed were the hand-drawn photos. This is a picture of my friend Marshall. So the story behind it is that it's my first visit Marshall in Colorado. We've been friends since high school, and he moved out there quite a few years ago, and this was one of our first trips. It was really quite fantastic to be pretty much in line with the clouds. And so some of the technical parts about this is that just using Photoshop, using the brush tool on top of my photo, adding a visual twist and drawing. Tracing seems pretty easy, but you can still see evidence of the artist's hands in the line, and so I thought it was cool to incorporate drawing with my photo. I really like the way that it turned out and the contrast between the drawn areas and the photograph. It kind of changes your perception of reality, and it's definitely my favorite color combination, with like the orange and yellows in combination with the blue. And my last slide is my farewell to the class of 2018. Everybody else, I hope I see you again in room 620. My advice to you is to take advantage. If you didn't do well the first time around, try it again. Take advantage of this opportunity, especially working in the darkroom in Photoshop. They're not opportunities that you get too often in the future. Save money for your own camera. It's a really great tool to have, and they can last a lifetime. Not everyone may make money off of their images, but the images you keep will become priceless over time. I didn't choose photography necessarily. I do think it chose me. Like I said, I've been a teacher for 14 years, and what I've learned the most is that images have become more meaningful than you may know over time, and depending on who's looking at it. So thanks for watching. Hope to see you soon.